Now, I can't share this one, but I was allowed to share one word with you as an exclusive sneak peek of something you may want to pay attention to.
Sneak peek.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
And we're back from GAMA Expo in Louisville, Kentucky.
We're back, baby.
We slept for 24 hours because we were sleepy.
We did. We got home around lunchtime, ate, went to bed, woke up for dinner, and then went right back to bed.
And slept till 10 a.m. the next day, baby.
Because we're what? Awesome.
Exhausted.
Oh. Yeah. That too.
That. Well, what is GAMA Expo? We did do an anticipation list of all the things that we wanted to see.
Yes.
But, and we'll explain it again, GAMA Expo is where a bunch of retailers come and see games that publishers have to offer for the following year. Sometimes there's Gen Con releases, sometimes there's secrets.
Secrets.
And now there's also us, the media, snooping around trying to figure out what the secrets are to share them with you.
And sometimes having to keep our lips sealed because we can't talk about certain things for a little bit.
There will be some games that we will mention in this video that are coming out in 2026.
Yes. And
it breaks my heart because they were very, very good games.
There are also games that are coming out this week.
Yesterday.
Yeah, there are games that came out last week. There are games that are like going to crowdfunding, that are on crowdfunding. There's a lot of different games on our list.
All in all, we're going to be talking about a lot of games here. We'll be talking about them quite briefly because we don't want you to sit through 6 hours worth of videos. But if any of these games interest you, if any of them pique your curiosity, as the saying, let us know.
Especially the ones that we will show that we actually have like copies of. But keep that in mind, we'll likely be doing content on some of these games anyways, or the plan is to do content on probably all of these if we get the chance.
Of course.
Yeah.
With that said, the way this video is going to work is we're going to tell you first of all about all the games that we got to play and try at GAMA that we currently do not have. Then we'll tell you all the games that we brought back. And if we played any of them, what we're going to do with them, what our thoughts are, if we know anything about them. That could be part of it.
Yes.
And last but not least, we'll share some of our favorite memories, 3 each, from GAMA Expo. They can be a game we played, a moment, a laugh we have shared, or a story that we want to tell.
Yes.
And then by the end of this video, we'll ask you a question of the day. We'll tell you some of the ways that you can support us, and we'll bid each other farewell until the next video.
Exactly. But really quickly, we will talk about why we were at GAMA. We were at GAMA because we're media.
We are.
And Ilya did briefly mention this, but in the recent years, GAMA has been inviting more and more media folk to come down and check out this expo, and we are part of that group, so we've been feeling pretty lucky to be involved with it.
It's a fantastic way for us to get to know some of the games that are coming up, what our eye should be on at Gen Con and kind of further events down the year. And most of all, it's really important for us to share some of the games with you, so you can tell potentially your retailers about them or retail stores in general of like what games should we all be collectively keeping an eye on, because we don't want really good games to just go flowing by. No. We want those games played.
Exactly. And to that point as well, like GAMA Expo is a very good opportunity to chat and meet a lot of new people, a lot of different people, a lot of people in the industry, not just on like that quick pass by, because everybody talks about going to these conventions and never really having a lot of time to do certain things. GAMA Expo is a lot different in that sense, where we do have a lot more time to sit and build relationships and network, and I think that is probably one of the biggest things that I might even be mentioning later on in this video.
Like a highlight?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, well, enough memories and reflection aside, let's get into the games.
Want to start with the list or the physical games?
We're going to start off with the list,
all right,
talking about Earth Abundance.
Earth Abundance is the new expansion to Earth coming out in the summer here, and basically it adds a 6th player. It's going to add a new resource and a bunch of other cards too that kind of add like player interaction, and I'm really excited to add that to the table. I think it will always be like a thing that we play with Earth.
It is a really fun time. Next up, we have 12 Rivers.
12 Rivers is this heck of a game. I don't even know how to describe it. Maybe we'll probably put the video up, but it's basically this marble drop game where you're going to be selecting different areas and hoping you can collect the right marbles to generate resources to then do sets to help your alpacas and etc etc. That's the gist of the game. It's a very like high production, I would say, in the sense that the board is like a Plinko board almost, and that's a lot of fun.
It looks really pretty. We also have Pirates of the High Teas.
Yes.
We got to spend some time with Emily, the designer of the game, and this is the first game from Pink Hawk Games.
Yes.
You'll see us do a how to play video game in the future, but if you have not heard of this game, definitely check it out because it's a treasure.
It's going to be coming to Kickstarter soon, so yeah, like I said, keep your eyes out.
Then we have Castles of Razors.
Castles of Razors. This game looks hilarious. It's based on like the Three Little Pigs. Like, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. But it's like, we've gone further now, and you're building up your castles and almost like tower defending while battling against each other and trying to score your most points. I'm probably not doing the game a whole lot of justice in explaining it like that, but that's like the quick rundown, and it does look like a lot of fun. I'm excited to learn more about this. I only briefly saw it at the media first look section.
Then we have Zenith. This is a game that I got to see, and it's essentially a 2 or 4 player game where you're playing head to head in either pairs or individuals or teams, where it's the card mechanics are really clever. It's a lot of kind of play back and forth, which a lot of games have, but the way that this game does it is really clever. And it's also from Playpunk, who published Captain Flip, which was a huge hit. So this is their second game, and I'm really excited to see it come to life.
Yeah, it's really neat. I played this one on BGA, actually.
Of course you did. Always get to play all these games on BGA.
Yeah, the back and forth is really interesting, and then also being able to not only play your cards, but like discard your cards for certain actions is really, really interesting.
It's clever. I was intrigued, and I liked it. We have now Citizens of the Spark.
Ooh, this one is really, really cool. It's like a city builder set collector almost, where you're going to build the deck of critters, or you'll build the deck of like animals that will be part of your game. They'll change the way the game is, whether it be more player interaction, less player interaction, whatever it is that you are looking for. But at the end of the day, you're drafting these animals into your sets and and then activating them. They'll do one thing or the other, but it looks really, really cool. And Jamie from Fossil the Meeple really sold me on it when we were looking at it.
Excited to check it out. Now, I can't share this one, but I was allowed to share one word with you as an exclusive sneak peek of something you may want to pay attention to.
Sneak peek.
Are you ready for the one word?
Sure.
Sagrada.
Oh. Ooh.
That's all I can say.
That's all?
That's unfortunately all I could say. But on to the next one, Luthier.
Luthier! Oh my goodness, Paverson Games. This game is absolutely stunning. If you like music and you like board games, I guess more specifically classical music, then this is a game that you're going to be wanting to check out. It's crunchy, and I love how the workers work in this one. You place workers face down into different locations, and then after that worker placement phase, you grab all of them from one section to resolve, and you flip them over. The person who has the highest number there gets to go first, and then so on and so forth. And it's a very, very unique way, in my opinion, of doing the worker placement thing, because activating and timing in this game is so important.
It's a gorgeous game, and we've talked about it before, so if you want to learn more, definitely check out our older video.
Yes.
Now we have Flamecraft Duals.
Duals!
So we're playing this game that they play in the Flamecraft universe. Little dragons play against each other as a lunch break.
Yeah.
And it's so wholesome, and it's so much fun.
It is. It's a head-to-head bit, basically, where you're almost like tic-tac-toe-y, where you are making like different lines or different patterns based on the cards that you draw.
And the goals that you need.
Exactly. And the fun part about this is all the dragons have very familiar abilities when it comes to Flamecraft Duals and Flamecraft.
Yeah, it's really nice because you draw a dragon, you place them, and then you try to fulfill your goals. And in the beginning, you're trying to remember what all the abilities are, but by the end of the game, it all comes second nature. And this is one of these games that I think you can play again and again and again. And that one's coming to crowdfunding too. I'm so happy we got to play a full game of this. And I'm so stoked to see the final version of it come to life. Another game I got to play is Chicken Fried Dice.
So jealous.
Which may be one of my favorite board game names.
It's such a good
name. It is such a clever board game name.
Such a good name.
Better yet, this is a real-time roll and write. And you may be daunted by me saying real-time. That sounds a little bit spooky. But it's actually not as spooky as it seems, which I feel like I say about every single real-time game we ever talk about.
Yeah, I don't know though. I was talking to Ashwin about this, and I think real-time might not be the way that he's going to end up finally explaining it, because it definitely isn't like there's a timer and you need to rush to finish things.
You will have ingredients, which are dice in the center of the table, which you'll all roll simultaneously. You'll choose one of them, but then you're able to manipulate. You can chop it up and break out the dice. You can change its color to a different ingredient. But all those ingredients, you're trying to fulfill recipes that will come by and place orders of, essentially. It's extremely well done, and I'm excited to see this game morph and get to its final stages, because I think it's going to be a pretty big hit.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I'm very excited.
And Tyler didn't get to play it, and I did.
I got to watch, and I got to talk to Ashwin, who is the designer, and just like hear about everything that's going on with it, and it's just so exciting.
It's so lovely. Another one that Tyler and I both got to play that we loved is called Scurry Up.
Oh my goodness, squirrels, squirrels, squirrels.
So this is the next game from Up Games, Uncommons Publishing, that published Floristry.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, this game will be coming out in 2026, which makes me sad but also excited because of just how darn good it is.
It is very, very awesome. I love the worker placement aspect. Well, like it's almost like a bidding-esque type thing, where you're using your die to select which area you want to go to, and based on the areas that are open, you'll be able to put your little squirrel friend there. But sometimes there's too much weight on the branch, and you break, and nobody gets anything.
The branch cracks. Oops, you fell.
And there's this fun excitement, like thrill that's going on that feels almost like push your luck, but the set collection aspect of it really makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah, each of the resources scores differently. There's really fun thematic moments in the game, and there's moments of betrayal. In our final turn of the game, I made a pact, and I didn't follow through. But then Tyler knew that I would follow through, so he stepped up, and they all got tons of resources, and I did not.
I called his bluff.
He did. But it's a game that I feel like many will enjoy, and I think it's a game that will get many people into board games because of how fun it is and how quick it is.
Exactly. It's cute, quick, simple, and also just fun.
Fun. Now, a couple of games that I saw from Devere Games were Red Carpet and Transgalactica. Red Carpet is so darn clever. Essentially what you're doing is you're manipulating these big celebrities on the red carpet, getting them to face different ways or move in different ways.
Wait, is this the one where you use your phone?
Exactly. And then you place your phone in this little holder, you go 2 times, and then you take a picture of the celebrity. And if you can see ads in the background, you'll get bonus points. It uses the phone as a really clever mechanic, but there's also some meat to the front end of the game as well. So it just sounds, this is a Gen Con release that'll be coming from Devere, and it sounds like so much fun, and I can't wait to play. I didn't get to play it, I just saw the demo, and I want to play it now.
It looks very interesting. I remember you telling me about the phone thing, and I was like, oh yeah, let's try this. Because I don't particularly like app-assisted games, but when they're simple and like unique like that.
And there's no app.
That's not an app. Yeah,
it's just your camera.
So there you go.
So yeah, Tyler and I will be stoked to play that one. And then Transgalactica is the big crunchy Devere game of this year. The cover looks gorgeous. I also didn't know the cover has gold foil on it. So there's fancy. That. It's extremely pretty. I didn't get the full demo and scope of this game, but the one thing that I really liked is it's a worker placement game where you place, others can choose to place their little workers to get the secondary benefit. So I feel like in a lot of games that's automatic. Like I'll go here, everyone else gets this benefit. Here, you decide if you want the secondary benefit. But the presentation, everything in this game, cannot wait to dive in. We also got to see some game head games. So we met with Paul and we saw the lineup for this year. Yeah. We have
6 games.
Foolish Fool, which is a fun party game where the rules are added to the table and things change. It's a very social type of game.
Yeah, it's like, my explanation of it is it's like Flux, but with the cards are more social.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Then we have First Class Letters, which is a roll and write that is letter based.
Yes.
Which is tricky.
Yeah.
See if you can make some words. Then we got Corgi Pileup, which is a pretty simple, I believe, trick. Is it trick taking?
It's a trick taking, yeah.
But it's the corgis, so freaking cute.
Yes, it's very cool. I like the mechanic of like you want to be on the top of the pyramid, but you can also get knocked all the way to the bottom, and you don't want to do that.
You can. Then I think it was Venture Angels. I don't remember quite. I didn't write down the name.
Okay.
Venture. It was something Venture. I think it's Venture Angels, but if I'm wrong, I'll correct it on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was really clever because you're trying to add up to a certain amount in order to score it or claim it.
Right.
But you can bust or you can not have enough. So it's kind of like working together with a table to do something, which was really interesting. And I want to try that one because I feel like I will like it. And then there was 2 of the crunchier games in the series, which
I'm really excited
Trinket Trove,
yeah,
which looked so cute. There was just like different set collection with a cart, like a hand management type game.
It's really interesting because it is a hand management game, but it's like very true to the hand management where you're going to be playing cards down to like force yourself to be able to collect other cards first.
But people can collect the cards that you've played down.
Yeah.
So it's always kind of like a give and take and wanting something so badly that you're maybe risking giving up your own hands. And the art is from Sundara Tang and it's absolutely gorgeous. And this is one I'm very excited for. And then there's No Loose Ends, which is trick taker game.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one.
It's so clever. I don't think I can even do justice in describing it.
Well, no. Okay, so here's the thing, is you're going to start with 15 cards in your hand. On your turn, when you're starting the round, you're going to place a card down and say, I think I'm going to win 1 trick. And then you'll do that until you basically pass up to 5. But the cards that are in front of you, you want to cover up because those are the loose ends that you left there. So you want to cover them up by basically collecting cards of the similar number and color. And once you do that, you're able to close off a loose end. And
well, no, I think the loose ends are the extra cards. Like if you're actually, because if you take more, that's true. If you have anything left over that you've not covered up, there's no loose ends.
Exactly. And then if you take too many, you're stuck with loose ends as well. But if you don't take enough, there's still evidence out there to frame or to point you to...
Get those loose ends in order.
Exactly. And it's this very, very interesting trick-taking game that I'm super excited about.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun and I couldn't wait to play. We didn't have a ton of time to actually play through these games, but we got like the quick demo and we saw the components and we got the spiel. And the last 2, I was just like, I need to play these games. Game head, one to watch. Yeah. We also got to play Fishing.
Fishing is another trick-taking game that has been out for a bit now.
Not in Canada.
Not in Canada. It's really hard to find. We almost we tried to get our friends to actually order it to the expo hall or to the hotel, but they were sold out. So better luck next time, I guess. But essentially, this is another trick-taking game where the game evolves over time. It becomes more and more. The deck becomes more and more involved as you progress through the game. But the interesting thing about that is you are collecting tricks that go into your own deck. You draw cards at the end of at the start of the round up to the round start or however it is. And if you can't, you draw from the global market essentially and you are getting better cards. So it's this balancing of like, when do I do it? How many should I lose? Do I want to win some tricks now? And yeah, it's very, very clever, but also stays true to the whole trick-taking aspect.
Yeah. Thank you to Jason Carl for showing us that game, convincing us to play.
Yes.
Couple more to go. We have Kinfire Council, which is the game for the company that I work for. And it is a worker placement with a bunch of little things added on. Yeah. We actually were finally able to show close to production copy. And it was so exciting to see everyone's reception. I can't wait to play this game and show it to more folks because it's very much my type of game. So, and finally, we have Villainous Unstoppable. So Ravensburger is bringing Villainous in a more accessible way where it's not as asymmetric and it's more like you kind of know what you're doing, but there's some asymmetry in theme, which is really fun too. The cover is really pretty and a lot of the iconography is really similar too, so that as you play the game, it might be easier for you to get onboarded to Villainous. So it's a more family geared game and I'm really excited to see this game get more gamers, more Villainous fans merged together.
Exactly.
I also saw Sandcastles of Burgundy, but it was just a box. There was nothing in it. And I wanted so badly to just steal that box and see what's inside, but there was nothing. Because I'm very excited for that game. I am going to love it because who doesn't love Castles of Burgundy?
I love Castles of Burgundy.
So that is all the games that we have seen and got a little bit of demo or a little bit of knowledge of at GAMA Expo.
But there's more, which we will, I think, let's try and make these ones a bit quicker because we know we're going to maybe cover them. Maybe we'll just like briefly talk about their mechanics and the name.
We'll just try to be rapid fire in our good old Kovray fashion.
Let's do rapid fire. Never works out. Ilya goes first. He sets the tone, and then I have to try and play on that.
My tone's usually pretty fast.
Sometimes.
So usually pretty fast.
Maybe I will set the tone.
We have Mistfit Heroes, which is a new game coming from AEG, coming to Kickstarter this month. It's card crafting, which is really fun, and we'll be doing a how to play video of this later.
It's not card crafting, it's tableau building.
But you don't need craft cards?
No, the variability is what's interesting in the card crafting. Is because you start the game with it's a bit of a setup, but you have to like craft all of these cards at the very beginning, and that makes
you don't craft them anymore?
No, the fun thing is at the very beginning of the next time you play it, you get 5 cards, and then you reshuffle them, like you recraft them.
I was misinformed.
And then it's just a tableau builder, not just a tableau builder. It is a tableau builder of building a crew of misfits.
Tyler got to play this and I didn't.
Yes.
So I'm excited to play it now. Even more.
Yay. Next up, we have this game called Curses and Covens. This is an interesting 1v everybody else game where you're trying to find all of the right things. I believe it works as like you're trying to uncover all the witches, and it's like a social deduction, like team game that's going to be happening, but it's a 4 to 6 player game, so I suspect it will be hard for us to cover.
Which we'll play, and we'll tell you more about at some point.
Yes.
Then we have Fritanga, which I also believe is a 3 to 7 player game. And this is a Devere release that's coming up soon. And there's potatoes, and they're being fried, and they're potato people.
Look at the art. It's so cool.
Don't know the mechanics too much, but I know it's a Devere game, and I'm really excited to check it out.
Next up, we have Mythical Dice. This is a trick-taking game, but only with dice. There's a bunch of different suits of dice, and you'll use those accordingly. Almost gives you vibes of like Sculpt King if it was dice.
Ooh, fun. Then we got My Shelfie, which we talked about last year because we actually got to play this when it was initially released over in Europe. But now Lucky Dog has made it more accessible in North America, and it is a roll and write in the My Shelfie universe, which is quite fun.
Hooray! Next game we have is an expansion and the base. It's a Critter Kitchen. This game is about running a restaurant and fulfilling orders. I'm not 100% sure what the expansion adds, but this is another game that I'm just excited to play from Cardboard Alchemy. It's absolutely beautiful.
It's so pretty. What do we got next?
Potions of Azerland. You know more about this one than I do.
Do I? No, I did not. It is very pretty. It's illustrated by Andrew Bosley, and it looks like it has a good vibe. I'm excited to check out the mechanics. I think they will be good. Yeah. And that's all that I really need to know. I was intrigued.
There you go. Potions of Azerland.
We also have Rajas of the Ganges, Cards, and Karma, which we did get to play, and it's essentially twists on the original game, but primarily done through cards.
Yes.
Which are dice and buildings and cards. So you kind of have to figure out a smart strategy and how you want to approach all of what you're doing in this game.
Yes, yes. This one we talked about in our anticipated game. I think a lot of these actually we talked about in our anticipated one.
We did.
But this is Galileo Galilei. Galileo Galilei. Galileo Galilei. It is a capstone game where... What are you doing?
I'm just checking if the title is up right.
It's a capstone game. It's got some meat to it. And I'm just excited to play it. It's just beautiful. And I'm excited. It's dice manipulation.
Now, your face was being covered, so I wanted people to see you.
I know. But I'm done now.
Oh, okay. Then we have Architects of Amytis, which is a 2-player game that we also got to play already.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's really clever in how you approach the game. I feel like there's a lot of different ways to maneuver through it. And it's another one of our 2-player game on the big shelf that we have of 2-player games.
Speaking of 2-player games, we've got another one from Ivy Studios. Well, we have the first one from Ivy Studios. but another 2-player game called Skill of Fates. And another game that we got to see on the table. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm really interested to see how this works in a 2-player setting, just based on the mechanics.
Well, this is a 2-player game.
No, I know, but I'm excited for the mechanics to shine through in the 2-player setting.
Oh, yeah, because it's kind of like the hidden influence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Skill of Fates.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to dive into, that's for sure. Now, another one I am probably the most excited about is...
Yeah, another 2-player game.
Yokohama Duel. I loved Yokohama.
Oh, you can't see it. Yokohama is down there.
It is down there. And I'm excited to see what Duel has in store. This is going to be a Gen Con release, but we will definitely be talking about it sooner than later because there's some fun things going on.
I just wonder how like the system works of like moving around.
There's
I'm
some
excited.
fun things going on.
Yeah.
Place on that side.
Okay.
And last but not least, another Gen Con release, that is Popcorn.
Popcorn!
So this is a bag building game in which you'll be building a movie theater, inviting some features and some premieres so you can invite people and earn the most popcorn.
Yes.
Not even money.
No, playing
popcorn.
movies. Yeah, playing movies so you can invite people. Yeah.
So you can earn the most popcorn because popcorn is essential in your movie journey.
It's cool. It's like a bag. Yeah, the bag building aspect of it is actually pretty neat.
And that has been our GAMA adventures. GAMA Expo adventures.
GAMA.
In Louisville. Yeah. People told me that I have to like pretend to just like throw up when I say it. Louisville.
Oh. I'm realizing that I have a lot of Canadian and American friends, and some of my words mingle.
I realize I'm not very good at English.
Okay, very different things.
Well, beyond all of that and all the games that we've shared, we did get to spend a lot of time with various folks. So thank you to each and every one of you who spent a little bit or a lot of time with us. The list is too long for us to mention everybody, but I will put in some B-roll footage of all the other things that we got to see
and do.
And play all the prototypes. There was a lot of prototypes that we got to play as well.
All our designer friends, yay.
That didn't quite make it into this video. And some of the prototypes were stellar. Yeah. I can't wait for them to be signed and for publishers to thrive with these designs.
Exactly.
And I do want to say thank you to Jason and Carl, who shared a story that made me laugh like no other, where they ordered a Boston cream donut from Dunkin' Donuts, and they only received a Boston cream
hollow donut
with no cream inside and no chocolate on top. I think I was crying.
He was.
Of trying to understand
he was.
What happened for them to receive this donut. And I'll put a picture up so you can see it and enjoy the laugh. So thank you to Jason and Carl for the laugh of the year so far.
Hey, that's pretty huge.
It is. But thank you to all the friends. Our hearts are always really full. We're always really energized when we come from these sorts of conventions, and we just want to share all the passion and energy with you.
Yeah, GAMA Expo in particular is always fun and exciting, and it's just a great opportunity for all of us to like settle a little and get to know each other, because this space is really wonderful. It's a really busy space when it comes to convention season, and GAMA Expo is that moment where I feel like I can take some time away to get to know more people, hang out, and just like enjoy what board gaming is while also still being lucky enough to work in this industry.
And to celebrate all the retailers out there, because they're the real heroes of this industry.
They are.
They're how lots of people discover games. Those community events.
They know their crowd very well. Yeah.
And so props, if you're a retailer, if you help sell board games, you're a freaking hero.
A hero.
And we support you and love you.
Yes.
But that has been us. Well, if you want to support us further, we do have a Patreon and a Discord that you can join. Our Patreon has some exclusive sneak peek videos that we only post on there. And then our Discord has a lot of fun, friendly chats about board games and life, and where we play board games with you on BGA.
Yeah, we do monthly challenges and everything like that. Check it out.
That's fun. Now, if you enjoyed this video...
Oh yeah, you can hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button if you're new here, because clearly we like board games and we love talking about them.
How many did we cover in this video? Do you know a number? Have you been keeping track? Well, for our question of the day, what do you want to learn more about? What's a release this year? What's a game that you're excited for that you would like a little bit of knowledge about that we may be able to share with you? Or we may both relate and be like, yeah, I also want to know more about this game.
There you go.
Because there was a game on our anticipated list about a city. Was it Tolino? There was a city that had no title, no name. Didn't show up at GAMA Expo.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't there. I looked for it.
It wasn't even on BGG.
But
it wasn't.
There's still no pictures, still little information. How am I supposed to know about this game? I want to learn more.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.